Hello lovely humans, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well and had a lovely Easter if you celebrate Easter. Today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video simply because I feel like I have a few videos up there but I don't have a video that kind of is a sit down video where I answer some questions and kind of tell you guys a little bit about myself. So I thought it would be fun to do that just because I've been on YouTube for 2 months now and it feels like I've been on for a lot longer, but it's only been 2 months and I thought it was about time I did kind of a get to know me video. So I googled like YouTube get to know me tag and have written down in my little, this is my little notebook that I carry everywhere with me, and I wrote down 25 questions from that tag. It was a 25 questions get to know me tag. So I wrote these questions down and I'm just going to go through them relatively quickly. And hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will know a little bit more about me, who I am, and you know, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to get into it. The first question is, what is your middle name? Now this is really, I think it's interesting. I don't actually have a middle name. So my full name is Noor Victoria Barrage, and my first full name, so like the first part of my name, is Noor Victoria. On my passport and on my birth certificate, that is my first name. So I don't actually have a middle name. When I was younger, I used to think that Victoria was my middle name, but when I grew up and I kind of spoke to my mum about how she came to my name, how she came to name me what she named me, this kind of story came up, which I may get into in the future. But I don't have a middle name. I have a first name, but I go by Noor simply. I've never gone by Victoria. Favorite subject in secondary school. My favorite subject in secondary school was English. I don't think I remember a time where that wasn't my favorite subject. In primary school it was music and English. I was never really good at English. I was never told that I was good at English until I got to my last 4 years of secondary school. My favorite drink. So I am assuming that this is referring to an alcoholic drink. I don't drink alcohol, very rarely do I. If we're gonna go by an alcoholic drink, I would say a glass of red wine. And then if I am having a non-alcoholic drink, it will typically be a Diet Sprite or some form of an elderflower fizzy drink. My current favorite song. So my current favorite song, oh, this is hard. I've got a few. I'm just gonna list the few that are in my head. So She Used to Be Mine from the musical Waitress, Home from the musical Beetlejuice, I Know I Have a Heart, I Know I Have a Heart from Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, and the entire unofficial Bridgerton soundtrack. I'm obsessed. My favorite book. This is a horrible question. I don't have one favorite book. I have favorite books. Okay, one of my all-time favorite books I would say is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I think that book is absolutely fantastic. I would happily read that book again and again and again and again, and I have. I recently just bought a new copy which I'm in love with. So this is the new edition. It's not a new edition, but this is the new copy that I bought. It's so pretty. Okay, favorite color. Again, don't really have one. It depends. Favorite color to wear, favorite color to just stare at. I love pink. And recently I really like blue and green. Favorite perfume, I have one. I've never worn perfume on a daily basis, but I do have one that I wear when I fancy wearing perfume, and that is the Orange Blossom scent by Jo Malone. Do I speak any different languages? Yes, I do. I speak Spanish. My mum is part South American, so she speaks Spanish, I speak Spanish, and I can understand Arabic and French, but I'm not gonna say that I can speak them, particularly Arabic. Can make, you know, I can ask for stuff, I could hold a conversation, but I don't speak the languages fluently. Favorite store, again, these questions are really not very clear. Favorite store to shop in, I go different places for different things, but I would say Anthropology and Other Stories are two of my favorites. Ooh, and COS. I love COS. Okay, did I like school? Did I like school? I loved my primary school education. I was absolutely blessed. I went to an incredible school and had the best time and made friends that I still consider some of my closest friends to this day. And my secondary school education was a little bit different. I lie, it was a lot different. I lived abroad for 9 years of my life. 9 years? 9 years of my life, and I did all my secondary school except for year 8 abroad, outside of the UK. And I hated my secondary school education, with the exception of the year that I did in the UK. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I did not have a good time at secondary school. I did not like secondary school at all. So yeah. Who are my favorite YouTubers? I've recently discovered a YouTuber called, I think her name is Emmy Reads. Just Emmy. So she's a booktuber and I really like her videos. I've been watching a lot of her lately. So she's one of them. Carrie Hope Fletcher, love her. She's not really doing very much YouTube anymore because she's focusing on other things, but love her videos. Her videos always make me happy. Kira Foster, really like her videos as well. Kira's one of those YouTubers that you just kind of put on and you just feel automatically like at peace and relaxed. Really love her videos. And then that's kind of it. Like, I don't have anyone that I follow religiously. I just kind of watch videos depending on what I'm interested in, but there have been a lot of booktubers lately. Ooh, Jack Edwards, love Jack Edwards. He's really great. I love his channel. I think that's it. Those are the ones that I'm like, I will consistently watch their videos, but I don't think there are any others that I can think of right now. Favorite TV shows? I don't really watch TV like consistently. I'll go through periods where something will be released that I really like and I'll watch that, and that's kind of it. But I'm not really a TV person. My favorite shows, if I had to choose, would be Bridgerton. Duh. And I used to really like watching Suits, and I think, oh, and Friends, but Friends is just kind of like a staple, like you can have that on in the background and be getting on with other things. So I love Friends. I will happily watch that anytime. The phone that I have, I thought this was a really good question, but it was one of the questions. So I have an iPhone and it's the 13 Pro. I don't think that's very interesting, but it was one of the questions. How tall am I? I am 171 centimeters, and that's very specific. I think that's 5'7", if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 5'7". What color are my eyes? This is a really interesting question because I don't actually know. So they just look brown in this light. My eyes are not brown. They are a grey-green color. I've had some people tell me that I have hazel eyes, but I always thought hazel was brown, and my eyes are not brown. They are, you can't see, but they're like, depending on usually what I'm wearing or the light, they can look more green or more grey. That's not very helpful, but I don't really know how to kind of describe this bizarre eye color. I just say I have grey eyes. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what I've always said. Siblings. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have a sister. She is younger than me, although everyone always thinks that I'm the youngest and that she's older than me. We're 2 years and 2 years and 4 months apart, and we live together. Where was I born? So I was born in London, in Notting Hill, in 1995 and lived in London for most of my childhood. Have I ever lived abroad? I kind of touched on this. Yes, I have. I lived abroad for 9 years. I left London when I was 11 and my family and I moved to Dubai for about 9 months, and then we moved back to London for 9 months, and then we moved back to Dubai for 9 months. And then we moved to Beirut, Lebanon for 7 years, and then we moved back to London when I was 21 years old. So from 11 to 21 I was abroad, except for that 1 year. How do I drink my coffee? So I don't like black coffee. I cannot have black coffee. It tastes disgusting. I have to have it with milk, and I don't drink dairy. Like, I can't have cow's milk. I've never liked it, first of all, and I can't digest it. So my drink of choice is a coconut latte in winter, hot, in summer, iced. And if they don't have coconut milk, I will have an oat milk latte. Did I go to university and what did I study? Yes, I did go to university. I have a bachelor's degree and I also have a master's degree, which is displayed over there. I have a bachelor's degree in English literature with a minor in philosophy, and I have a master's degree in human rights. What do I do for work? So this is interesting. I don't use my degrees, but I don't regret getting them by any means. I'm very, very, very happy and very lucky and feel very privileged that I have not 1 but 2 degrees. And I think I use the skills that I developed by virtue of doing my degrees in my day-to-day job. But the degrees that I have they don't necessarily mean that you're going to go into a specific discipline or, you know, you're going to do certain types of work. So yeah, I don't use my degrees in that sense. But I am the COO, so the Chief Operating Officer of a startup, and the startup does online consulting and coaching for businesses and entrepreneurs. And I really do enjoy my work. So my favorite show, I'm taking this to mean like theatre. If I had to pick one right now, I would say Les Mis, and that's because, number one, I saw it recently, like I saw it a month and a half ago, and I have a vlog, by the way, if you want to go check that out, please do. But I have a vlog of me going to see Les Mis for the first time ever, and I'm seeing it again in a few days. And it is just such an incredible show. The experience that I went through when I went and I saw the show is something I have never experienced before. It was probably one of the most emotional times, 2 to 3 hours of my entire life. But it was absolutely incredible, and I just think that show, the music is just so, so beautiful, and it really does attract the very, very, very best actors and singers in the country. So yeah, I think Les Mis is up there with one of my favourites. I'm going to say Les Mis today. Sweet or savoury? Sweet. Those of you who know me will know that I have a massive, 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 massive sweet tooth. Sometimes it's a problem. But yeah, more often than not, I'd say like 99.9% of the time, sweet. Where am I from? So I'm assuming again that this isn't like, I always take this to be kind of 2 different things. So like identity wise, like where I feel I'm from, I'm English and I've always felt that. I was born here, lived here most of my life, and this has always been home for me, and I think will always be home for me. My parents originally are not English, neither one of them. So my dad is half Lebanese, half Palestinian, and my mum is Peruvian European. But she feels Peruvian, I believe, still till this day. So I'm kind of a mix of everything, and yeah, I feel like that typically, like, one would think that that would cause issues in terms of someone not feeling like they belonged anywhere, not knowing really, you know, what their identity is, like, you know, what culture they kind of relate to the most. But I've never felt that. I've always felt English, and nothing else. Even though I lived in Lebanon for 7 years, I still always felt English. The last question is, how old am I? So I think I said this before. I did say the year that I think I was born in. I was born in 1995. My birthday is the 26th of May, which is next month, which is very exciting. And I am 26. And people are always really surprised to learn that I'm 26 because I look 15 and I get ID'd wherever I go. I'm gonna take that as a compliment and not be offended, because I feel like in a few years I'll be very happy that people think I'm younger than I am. But yes, I'm 26, I will be 27, which doesn't sound right, next month. Just so bizarre, because I don't feel that age. I still feel like I'm in my early 20s, but not at the same time. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. My friends and I are talking about this a lot lately. Just getting older and like what that means and how we feel about that. I, for one, am not afraid, and I'm not dreading getting older by any means. I'm actually really excited. I genuinely think that your late 20s, early 30s are like the best years. You always get told, oh, your early 20s are the best years of your life. I completely disagree. I don't agree at all, having gone through my early 20s, and I was in a pretty good position when I was in my early 20s, but I feel like looking back, I thought I knew pretty much everything, and in reality I didn't know very much. Well, I didn't know as much as I thought I knew. And I think in your mid 20s is when you start to really understand who you are and what you want from life and who you want to surround yourself by and what you really want to do with the time that you have in front of you. I had a massive revelation earlier this year, in January, February, early March, so really not that long ago. But I had a massive revelation as to how I wanted my life to look and what I wanted to spend my time doing, what that meant for my career, and various decisions that I had to make moving forwards. So I feel like on that note, I'm gonna end this video and I'm gonna leave that there, and I think that is something that I would really love to chat to you guys about in the future, and share that kind of experience with you, because I feel like it could be interesting for quite a lot of people. And for selfish reasons, I just want to talk about it because it's a little bit therapeutic to talk about those things. But anyways, that's it. Those are the 25 questions that I had listed down. I hope that was somewhat enjoyable and that you feel you know me a little bit better. I always find that people that I, follow on YouTube and people whose videos I enjoy watching, it's nice when I get to know a little bit more about them than just kind of the brief kind of glimpses that I see in vlogs and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions for me that you'd like me to answer that I haven't in this video, please leave them below and I will happily answer them if I can. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.